Alright everyone, today's review of Elimination final at the Giants Stadium, 7th of September 2019. First quarter then, Giants took a little bit of control in the first quarter, playing really well, physically dominant, but their goal kicking wasn't that impressive in the first quarter. Whitfield got one, cracking goal, Toby Green with two, and for the Bulldogs, Suckling straight away, first 20 seconds, charged straight through the centre on a solo run, boom, 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 smacked it from about 55 metres, cracking goal to start the game, and Naughton with the other goal for the Bulldogs. First quarter finished 23-12 to the Giants. I will get back to talking to you, everyone. I'm just going to go through the game review and put a couple of opinions and pick my best player, etc. So second quarter anyway, Finlayson got two, Himmelberg got one for the Giants, McLean, Naughton and English, one apiece for them. Half time was 45-35, quite an even quarter that one actually. You had at the end of the second, you felt maybe the Bulldogs were starting to come back into a little bit. Himmelberg just got one back before half time to make the scoreline a 10-point gap. But you got a sort of sense of Bulldogs are putting a push on now. They're getting a bit of belief now. They've worked out the GWS game plan and they were starting to get a little bit of success. I'll get into all my opinions about it after I go through the stats. Just quick stats. So third quarter then, and this is where GWS came alive. Physically strong, as you've said. Biffs hitting into tackles really hard. Knocks. There was so much hits. There was so many people getting bust in this game. I think Bontempelli got a burst mouth. Naughton got a burst nose. Unfortunately for him, he's also injured himself in a landing as well. Looks like he could have possibly done a cruciate. I'm not too sure of the extent. It was definitely a hyperextension in the knee on the way he's landed, so unlucky for him. Kelly got one, Lloyd got two, Finlayson with one, Toby Green with one, and Himmelberg with one. And Shaki and Richards, the ginger ninja Richards, the young man, absolutely sensational. He's bombed through as well, kind of like Suckling's goal in the first 20 seconds of the match for the Bulldogs. He's kind of charged through and had a lovely shot to go and scored it. But after that goal, GWS just came alive and absolutely destroyed the Bulldogs. Three quarter time, 83-48 to the Giants. It didn't look like there was much of hope for Bulldogs at this stage, unless in the fourth quarter. Hi everyone, unless in the fourth quarter they just came out all guns blazing and give it everything. They were 20 odd points behind or something like that there at three quarter time, so they weren't completely out of it, but it was always going to be hard. And to the absolute devastation of the Bulldogs, fourth quarter, bang, straight away, first minute, Josh Kelly with one. He got another one, Cameron got two, 4 goals in the fourth quarter for the Giants, and a single goal for the Bulldogs. The Giants were absolutely dominant today, make no mistake about that. I think the 10-minute spell at the end of the second was about the best bit of spell that the Bulldogs had. They were physically weaker than the Giants. The Giants always looked in control. They looked comfortable. As I said, there wasn't really a moment other than that 10 minutes that I thought Bulldogs could do it, and that is maximum credit to the GWS. Absolutely outstanding. I called a Bulldogs win on this based on the fact that they played each other a few weeks ago and the Bulldogs destroyed the Giants. They did have home advantage on this occasion, the Giants. You can't really say it was home advantage because the fans... I just want to get to this quickly because I made a comment on Instagram and somebody says, no, that's the Gold Coast, you're getting confused. No, I'm not getting confused. GWS fans that are non-existent, they don't have any, they're absolutely horrendous. Credit to the ones that do go, not taking anything away from them, but you've got 30-odd thousand capacity there, and there's only 19,000 at the game, and from what it looked like, there was more Blues at the game, more red, white and blue, more Doggies fans than an elimination final game between the Giants and the Bulldogs, and there was no real home support. It's abysmal. Do you know what? The only thing crediting the AFL here with this is the fact that they have actually got a good team. There's players going to them. They're physical. They're strong. But their actual crowd is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And I'm actually getting a little bit angry here because I wanted the Bulldogs to win. I was absolutely gutted they lost. Gutted. That is the closest I've felt to actually having an emotion towards a footy team with the Bulldogs. Absolutely devastated. But as I say, 113-55. Come on. GWS deserve all the credit. Great end to the season for the Bulldogs anyway, apart from today. Really did do themselves proud at the end of the season. However, they fell short today. They'll go into next year with a little bit of confidence. They did get smashed today on the day, as I say, and it does, they do deserve credit, the Giants, for the way they played today. As I mentioned, they love a biff. They certainly do. They're not afraid to pull out of challenges. They're committed to the cause. Physically stronger than the Bulldogs today. They played better footy. They were winning marks. They were winning contested positions all over the field. They were just dominant. McRae can hold his head up high. Naughton can probably hold his head up high. I think he had a pretty good game. Bontempelli was okay. It was probably one of his quieter games. Johannesson, probably one of his quieter games. Couldn't really make an impact, and that was down to how well the Giants were playing. So, as I say, they executed their game plan down to a T. They played the game, the physical game, the high ball game that suits their big forwards, your Himmelbergs, your Camerons. I mean, overall, I mean, there was like Josh Kelly's played well today. Lloydie's played well today. Toby Green, for me, a lot of people don't like Toby Green, but for me, and I'm not reading the stats, I'm not going to let stats blind me from what I watched today. I thought Toby Green was a leader today. Thought he was absolutely brilliant. He was everywhere. He was at the forefront of near enough everything that was good about the Giants' performance today. So credit to him. He is actually my man of the match. He's not a liked person within the AFL, but neither are Collingwood in terms of footy teams. And I don't get sucked into this. I just call it as I see it. I think Collingwood were fantastic the last few weeks in the ladder, and I'll give them credit for the players. There's a big blow for Collingwood as well. The goalie's out with his hamstring. There's a few other things going on, but we'll get into that on Sunday's chat tomorrow. I wanted to do a live review today just so you can see how kind of devastated I've actually felt about this result. I was dropping my daughter up to the hockey. She's playing hockey today. So that gave me a chance to kind of breathe and relax. That is the closest I've felt to being like a little bit of footy heartbreak. I was well and truly on the Bulldogs bandwagon league going into these finals. I'm going to watch the game, mate. I'm not doing this live stream too long, so don't worry about that. I'm still eating the food, mate. Robert, there you are, lad. Boomer Oz. That's the dark chocolate and the peach one. Yeah, mate. Sorry for anybody who's offended by my comments on the support for the Giants. I'm just saying it as I see it. I think on social media they're also commenting on some of the sites how bad it was for a finals game. There was only 19,000 in attendance. It's not good enough. They've not got fans. They're a rugby league area, aren't they, where GWS play? And it's not a good spectacle. There was no atmosphere. And indeed, the crowd that I was hearing was the Bulldogs fans more. But maybe in 10, 15 years' time, you're going to see more and more and more Giant supporters. And that'll be down to how well they're playing. They're a good footy side. Let's make no mistake about that. They've got a lot of players that I enjoy watching. Obviously, Cameron up top, Coleman medalist, best goal kicker in the league this year. Himmelberg's another player I like. Toby Green was brilliant today. There was just a lot of good positive performers out there today. I can't hide my emotion. I'm disappointed. As I say though, I try and keep it as neutral as possible, but clearly I'm getting a team that I like. They're out now, so I can relax and I can just watch the footy again and just enjoy the game. Today's game, though, the next game in Vegas, the Gabba, Brisbane Lions versus Richmond Tigers. 33 degrees it was yesterday. It's supposed to be 29 degrees in Brisbane, and in Melbourne, I think it was like 14 degrees yesterday. So we're talking a huge spike in temperatures for the Melbourne-based Richmond side, who's going to travel up East Coast there. to Brisbane. They're going to have a job against the Lions. This crowd's going to be electric. They're going to have that Gabba rocking. I love a lot of the Lions players. There's a lot of physicality in there. Mitch Robinson, he's the sort of player I think every footy club wants. He's a savage. He never shy out of a challenge. He's aggressive. He can play as well. He can score goals. But all that being said, he's that sort of leader. When you see guys going into hits like that and putting their body on the line, it's almost inspiring and infectious to the other players around them. So he's a leader without having to be vocal. He's just a leader in the things that he does. An absolute outstanding player, one that I really enjoy watching. Obviously, Charlie Cameron, and along with Lockie Neal and Rich is absolutely love that wee guy. Absolutely outstanding. And don't get me started on some of the quality throughout the Richmond team. The Richmond team's sensational. They play arguably, for anybody who's familiar with soccer, they're playing like the Barcelona of the AFL, the way they play the short handballing game. Everybody's moving and like triangle, like making space for each other, making moves off the ball to make that short pass happen. They're aware of what everybody's going to do. It's a well-drilled, well-oiled machine at Richmond. But as I say, this is not going to be easy. I did predict the Richmond win based on the fact I think they've been and done it in finals footy in recent years. They've got the more experienced players. But, as I've always said, back yourself in these games. Keep believing. Brisbane Lions need to have the big guys up for it today. They need to hit it from the first whistle till the last. They're going to have to be on their game. Nobody's going to run away with this one. It's going to be tight to the fourth quarter, I predict. There could be a goal or two in it. Come the last siren, and let's just enjoy it. This is finals footy, thoroughly enjoyable stuff. I cannot wait for that game. But as I say, I went over it completely out. Doggies were completely outplayed today. Of course, I'm being as honest as I can in the game and with the fan base and stuff. I know they're not two of the biggest supported clubs within the AFL, but you've got to give credit to the Doggies fans who made that journey today. I think there was probably more of them than the GWS fans in attendance at the Giants Stadium, so credit to them. Some of them were still making their way into the ground at in the third quarter because their flights were delayed, so they've came up in flights from probably all over the place, really. To get in for the game, and they were actually making their way up the staircases in the third quarter. So credit for these people for making that journey. And as I say, they're bound to be going home very, very disappointed because of the way they finished in the ladder. They really finished strong. They were my favourites going into it, but look, I've been talking throughout the weeks about the players at the Giants. I mean, some weeks I've mentioned the Giants were absolutely giants today. And the reason why I use that saying, I mean, it's quite obvious. The pun's obvious anyway. But they're physical, they're tall, they're big units, they're big guys. They play the ball high up. Their backs are big, their forwards are big, half forwards are big. They're just all big units. And if you put that ball into that mixer, the chances of them getting it's very, very high. So if they can execute their game really well, they're a really hard team to stop. But if other teams can implement their game plan, then it's a team that you could get a lot of success against as well. As I say, there was big Mumford in the ruck today. He done really, really well against English. I thought he dominated them from start to finish, really. But English didn't have a bad game. But when they were going up for the contested the throw-ups, basically, when they went up and they were challenging each other, Mumford did come out on top, but overall I thought English actually didn't have a terrible game. But as I say, when they put like the smaller players on them, like say McRae and stuff, McRae was actually getting joy against Mumford, and I don't know if that's down to the height versus a smaller man at the ruck. I'm not too sure why. So if McRae's got the ball, he's maybe tackling him at kind of neck height. He's maybe not too sure on how to react, on how to deal with a smaller guy. He's much more capable against the bigger man, the bigger opponent. He's physically dominant. He must be the higher end of 18, 19 stone, I'd imagine. Like, he's a big guy. A player I really enjoy for that reason as well. He loves a hit. loves a tackle, physically gets into the spirit of the competitive side of the Aussie rules game, and that's what I love, really. That's what we tuned in. Somebody made a comment right at the start there. You're bound to like that today. I certainly did like the physical hits. Every finals game this week so far, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with the exception maybe of certain things in the West Coast game, it has been an absolute battle. Players are starting to pin each other down on the ground a lot more. They're more fired up. They're playing with greater passion. That it's just cranked up a level now, and it has been really, really enjoyable to watch. At times, there's not been great footy on display, and I put that down to people maybe playing with nerves, not willing to make mistakes, nervous about making mistakes. You maybe don't do things as slick and smoothly as you would in other games that maybe don't mean just as much throughout the calendar year. But certainly that is a factor, and obviously there's a lot at stake. I mean, finals footy, next round, grand final. Do you know what I mean? So that being said, it's bound to psychologically get into a lot of players' head. That and some young players to mention there. Thought Naughton was outstanding. Pretty disappointed for him. He's went off injured. He's had quite a physical battle today. I think he's took a few knocks. He's been unfortunate with them, and if I've learned anything from this week, don't mess with Nick Nat's dreadies. Well, look, he just chokeslammed the boy into the fence. Nick Nat is... You can't help but think if Nick Nat had played throughout the year, we wouldn't be talking about Grundy for the best ruckman. But over the year, it's been Grundy. But Nick Nat is arguably the biggest freak in AFL. He goes up, wins it in the air, and drives forward better than anybody in the whole competition. I think if he had been playing every week, he'd be a shoo-in for the Brownlow. It would be very hard to see past him. He's a legend. I think he's probably, from what the small amount that I've seen him from, he's been fit, probably my most enjoyable player to watch. He's just unreal in the air. He wins everything and he's on it like a flash. He's hungrier, he's fitter, he's stronger, he's faster. He's probably one of the quickest players in the AFL, I think, over a short burst. And do you know what I like about him as well? He's so fully committed. His chase downs, when somebody else has got the ball, he just never gives it up. He just gives it everything he's got to try and win the tackles and win that ball back. Ultimate team player. For me, if I had seen him more, I'd be saying best player in the competition by a country mile. It's a real shame that I haven't been able to watch him a lot more than this. And I think for footy fans as a whole, you appreciate good players like that. He's an absolute revelation. And as you say, don't mess with his dreadlocks. Anyway, I'm going to probably leave this chat now. I just want to go through some of that there. Obviously, I'm disappointed, but I want to finish it where no hard feelings anyway. GWS absolutely deserved that win today. The better team by a long way. Congratulations to Bulldogs anyway for finishing the ladder a lot better than what they started it. And as I say, Giants, keep believing. If you can play like that and drag teams into your type of footy, same as Richmond today, if you can get your short handballing game started from the off, you're going to be a hard nut to crack. But Lions, back yourself. Any Lions fans there? Certainly, this game is not going to be a one-sided affair. This could be, if you look at the way the two teams finished in the ladder, the way the form that they were in, this should have been the grand final. These two teams, absolutely outstanding. The heart and the passion of the Lions, the skill and the technique of the Richmond team, absolutely brilliant. This is blockbuster. Can't wait to tune into it. So as I say, going to call this stream to an end. Thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the chat. If you didn't see the game, do check the game out, but it was literally as one-sided as it's going to get, particularly in the third and fourth quarter for the Giants and the Bulldogs. Don't forget to subscribe and put the notifications bell on, and check out all our social media platforms in the description section below. And if you want merchandise, if you're interested in merchandise, check out the social media and talk to me through that about prices, etc. I can help you out. And Patreon and sponsoring them, all those things, all in the description section. Thanks again for your continued support. It is an absolute pleasure. I'll see you soon. Don't know if I'll do a talk after the game. I'm going to do a live stream on Sunday, doing the full first week of the elimination and qualifying finals that we've seen this week, and I'll go over the highlights, games, etc., and just what way it's going to be for the next week's game. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.